announced the fact that he passed away.
Yes.
So a knee-jerk reaction is, of course, going to be, gosh,
Warranted.
which one of his deals counts as my favorite one?
Yes.
In what he does.
Yeah.
I think there are enough commonalities in his style or what notice in his body of work, whatever.
For those.
For me to look for those same things.
Yeah.
What are the Pyun tropes that I look for? Bricks. What were they? We just said bricks.
Post-apocalypse.
Action.
Destroyed
buildings and bricks.
Yeah.
Action. Half the time involving cyborgs. And what was the other?
Dystopian? Like in a dystopian environment type thing?
Anyway, yeah. The fact that Albert Pyun died.
Yes. Yeah, he died on November 26th, or like this year. Very recent.
That,
so we have to...
You basically...
We gotta put in...
Presume it's safe to call him Friends of the Dog.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've been ordered to put in our favorite Albert Pyun movies. So,
What the heck?
Yes.
You forget he did Crazy Six.
Crazy Six is such a... it's not a movie, it's an experience. For better or for worse. Yeah.
That doesn't actually count as my pick.
No.
But that's the... foremost and prime Albert Pyun film thing that I own, the tape.
Yes, yeah. I guess a little
Same
bit
with this thing.
For those that don't know, Albert Pyun has been directing movies for about 40 years. That was actually his first movie, was The Sword and the Sorcerer.
80, on here it says 82.
For what it's
a 1982 Laserdisc?
Yeah. That is, that's not a repress, that's like... I don't know if any repress Laserdiscs outside of a few things, but yeah, he kept directing them well through the 90s, 2000s, and 2010s.
It's a lot for me to see.
Yeah.
What I was talking about, a whole bunch of those
were
names I don't even know, things I never even saw.
We both pretty much count as non-completionists when it comes
to... That apparently, yeah, I've only seen a handful of Albert Pyun things.
Yeah, but...
and this isn't your pick.
No,
that's talking about.
That's
our displays don't even count as...
Well,
except on that side they do.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
What is? Actually, I didn't even see this.
That is the Nemesis Blu-ray collection.
Red... okay.
It has a Region 2 graphic on the box, but it works.
But they didn't even go through the Nemesis franchise.
It works in all Blu-ray players, I think.
Did he direct all four of the or all three of the sequels?
Actually, he did. Yeah, there is a Nemesis. There was a Nemesis 5th,
including Part 4.
Very recently that he did.
Oh, there's a 5.
But
a 5 he didn't do.
Yeah, but numbers 1 through 4, he did them all.
And then what selection that is?
Yeah. So.
Do you start?
Yeah, I mean I can start. Yeah, sure. My selection. Ticker, 2001 vintage. Ticker.
That's favorite movie?
Yes, this counts as my favorite Albert Pyun movie. Mainly because I've watched it more than twice. But
I've seen it. We did for part of our Seagal research.
That was part of the first.
That I got to watch that tape.
Seagal.
In your the fact that it's Seagal in an Albert Pyun. It's not Albert Pyun directing a Seagal.
No, it's the other way around.
It's Seagal being in an Albert Pyun direction.
Yeah.
Movie.
To me, Ticker stands out in a lot of ways for me. For one, it's not sci-fi and not dystopian.
It has nothing to do with cyborgs. It's getting the name wrong when it's supposed to be androids.
It's an action movie that was made for the time. It's not in either way in the past or way in the future, and it involves a lot of police action and drama.
Well, don't just say police action. It's like
just
what do they call those? I don't know if it counts as an actual procedural, but the word when they focus on actual police procedure
Yeah.
of real world
Yeah.
forensics and what's they're called, bomb squads.
Procedures and policies of the bomb squad and whatnot.
Isn't that the one with Tom Sizemore?
Tom Sizemore's in it. You gotta
Where
love
they
it for that.
argue it's
And you got
the struggle of Tom Sizemore and the wisdom, the Eastern wisdom of Steven Seagal.
You have this going on, and of course,
bomb mastery.
Yeah,
that's the bomb unplugging movie.
Yep, there's a lot of explosions. It's a good action movie. You have the wisdom. You got the wisdom element to Steven Seagal. You got
rappers.
You got
Or as the eye can see. Remember, there's more than one hip hop.
Yeah. In the Steven Seagal video, we said Nas was the man, but we also forgot to mention Ice-T. Ice-T was in that movie.
Swan, the device is armed and standing by for your word to activate. Activate. Activate.
That was apparently
not that,
or ostensibly, a guy who knew Albert Pyun.
Which is crazy to think about.
One of the many reasons I like Albert Pyun.
Is it one of Albert Pyun's boys?
Is that because he might have been good buddies with Ice-T. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so, again,
Jamie Presley.
Yeah.
And, your boyo. Your laddie.
Yeah. Who Dennis
we talked about before.
Yeah.
Where it's an American actor.
Yes.
Who very conveniently is playing a non-American.
Yeah.
Pretending to have an American accent.
Yeah, it's the second or third dimension of character development where it's the American that has to play an Irishman that sometimes plays an American.
It's just great getting all those names.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like that one where he flies out the airplane hatch. It's more of a thing that Steven Seagal is in than a Steven. Because remember who he is, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, he's the man.
You'll be talking in a funny voice to trick somebody on the phone, and it's just your Dennis Hopper voice.
That's voice. That's his real voice.
Because your actual character in the movie is.
Then he has to do going to Finnegan's for a pint.
And I will sing me Irish. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real Irish ditty, yeah. So,
did you think when Michelangelo was painting the Sistine Chapel?
But yeah, I mean, the thing with the Albert Pyun movie timeline is like he started doing these real movies in like the late 90s where it was not sci-fi.
Yeah, he had a phase where he purposely went away from after all those cyborg things.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cyborgs.
A lot of cyborgs, a lot of sci-fi, a lot of... Yeah,
when you actually are talking about androids.
And the other... Yeah. That's the other thing, too, is the other movies stand out for this is... it focuses on terrorism. It's a very specific thing for him to focus on that's not a sci-fi element. Like, because he's done a bunch of movies involving crime, like street activity, violence and whatnot. But
the UK and Irish
were
tumultuous IRA situation of the 90s.
Yeah, it's part of that.
So it was topical to current events.
And also this came out in 2001, but
as
I don't know.
As opposed to cyborgs.
I don't know how close to September 11th it came out, but bombs were definitely on the brain when that came out. So yeah.
This is the one where they can stop a car.
Immediately.
Don't forget that.
Shit green screen. Yeah. Where it's immediately stopped. Sometimes. Yeah, it's just no camera shake to compensate like it again. It's just incredible how awesome.
Oh, I'm not even going to blame him.
The green screen.
Yeah, we could just go ahead and call that genuinely awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She looks over. It's time to start the detonation timer. And right when she turns, the car just...
You don't even see Dennis Hopper's face go forward. It's just...
Activate the timer. I like Ticker.
Yeah, Ticker.
I've still only seen it once, but
to me...
I like Ticker.
Yeah, Ticker is fantastic. A great Albert Pyun movie. One that I am not ashamed to call my favorite. So, yours.
Crazy Six, of course, being honorable mention. This that I don't think I've ever even seen. Sword and the Sorcerer? You mix that up with other titles.
Yeah, part of the action fantasy thing of the 80s. That's pretty similar to like Beastmaster.
Stone of the... Yeah, Sword and the Stone, Stone and the Sword,
Yeah.
Sword of the...
Yeah. It's
I don't recognize this guy with this what's his name on the back.
Admittedly enough,
Picture. Great illustration there.
despite having the Laserdisc, I don't think I've watched it.
Wait, that you've never even seen?
No. And if I did, it was a long,
yeah, let's
long
definitely
time
watch
ago.
it at some point.
So, yeah.
But for his Pyun elements that he uses and was known for, the Pyun tropes is Nemesis.
It's a good entry.
Of 1992,
Yeah, I think
Olivier Gruner,
we watched that in the shack one time.
man, what's the fella's name? You've seen him in tons of action stuff in the 90s. Harry Horiyuki Tagawa.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. And,
Baby Thomas Jane. If you're
Yes.
interested in seeing his butt, have we got a film for you? Brian James, the guy from Blade Runner,
yeah. And
some other unknown names, but at least capable and appealing people. I
Yeah.
like that little girl that does all those flips and jumps.
yeah, she
The
was,
sidekick girl.
yeah.
It's his classic thing with your cyborgs, and your takes place in like the 2020s and 2030s of.
Yeah.
I think the first one takes place in 2027,
Which was a long time away.
and precurses or uses some of the cyberpunk stuff that was later also used in the likes of Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah. Yeah.
They use the word courier.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of the data couriers. It talks about stolen data and the people. The what's their names? Data terrorists.
Yeah.
Factions of cyborgs that are infiltrating.
Yes.
They've come up with undetectable replicas now where you can't even tell it's the
Oh, good.
other man. That's what the plot is.
So, yeah, that's right. So it's like a step ahead of Blade Runner, right? Where,
They have the plan to eventually replace all humans.
yeah. And,
So
yeah,
then, hence your various factions of...
you would need, yeah, it's the
It was
class.
1992. I don't remember on the credits if it said based on a cyberpunk novella by
Yeah, you would need,
the Gibson Man or...
that's when the whole debate comes back as to whether, like, it's a class thing, or even if we need to do it, and then you have the factions that are like, nah, we don't need this, but yeah, was there any misinterpretation of cyborgs versus androids in that movie? Did they
Oh,
get
that's
it
what we
wrong?
talk about every time. Almost every time. I gotta watch all those sequels and all the cyborgs again, however many of them he directed. But, yeah. There's all the different times where they're saying, cyborgs taking over against humans. And I'm like, are you talking about androids? Are you talking about AI brain? Or human with cybernetic body parts? Because they mix that up real bad.
Yeah.
You're not real. You're just a cyborg. Are you talking about androids?
Yeah, it's
when the program or when the when the uploaded girl says,
What do you care about a better world? You're a cyborg.
you weren't supposed to keep using the word cyborg.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I'll still forgive him. If that's the main complaint on the film,
it would.
then we're still sitting okay. Explosive freaking action.
Yeah.
The whole way. I love his cartoonishly dazzling
Yeah.
action set pieces and sequences.
I remember
the bricks, the rubble, sliding down those couple of little dirt and brick rubble hills
I remember the
where he's on his back. Remember the thing with Olivier Griner? Kicking his legs, kicking his way down the aisle or down the hill so he can still
Oh yeah.
fire both guns. Giant guns.
They're big. Yes.
If you liked those huge guns from Aliens, Predator, and RoboCop, where the guy has a
It's a gun that's like, yeah. It's like
thing's about 4.5 feet long. Person wearing blind people's and old people's sunglasses.
Oh yeah, definitely. Prominently featured on the cover. Yeah.
A guy who frees himself from the infiltrated hotel room building by shooting a little circle where he stands on the floor.
Yeah.
Shooting a hole around his feet so he can fall through the floor.
That was actually...
And then doing that again as he's falling to the next one below that. And again and again. He falls through about 4 floors just by going...
Yeah, that was actually clever. That was
Everybody
awesome.
has a precision breaching machine gun.
That was genuinely awesome. And I remember the effects in that movie being actually pretty good. Like, anytime there were explosions, it was like...
A bunch of things with the squib sparks.
Yeah.
There's good cinematographies, though. It's not just because it's pulse-pounding action. There's a few shots in there that look great.
Yes. They did good with shot composition on that movie. Like,
It doesn't look like crap.
no.
You're flipping through channels, and it's on your, whatever, WGN or
Yeah, if
Cinemax,
I found it,
and you're not like, whoa, crap, what is this shot on video?
yeah. If
doo-doo here.
I found it on
You're not going to
on a Midnight Madness.
see a split second of it and be like,
Yeah.
oh no, I can't watch this terrible movie.
Yeah, if I found it on a Midnight Madness, I wouldn't automatically go, "Oh yeah, this belongs here."
There's parts in there that are visually great.
Let me tell you.
They do have a little bit of real goofy looking stop action
Yeah,
in the plot spoilers.
but
There's parts that you can laugh at.
yeah, but it's
That
not.
it's a not that high a budget movie from 1992.
Yeah,
But still, all things in perspective.
it
Looks good to watch and has some great
yeah,
super explosive pulse pounding action.
yeah, it's
An action film par excellence.
yeah. So yeah, there they
And
are.
with a number of sequels that he directed.
Yes, yeah,
So now I'm all excited to
2 through.
become familiar with the entire Nemesis franchise.
And the fun thing is, I think in about 2017 or so, he actually combined them to make a movie called Cyborg Nemesis. So,
When?
in 2017, I think? If I remember right. It was part of the 2010s, that's for sure. But, I don't think it involves any of the original characters from either film. But
Left 4 Dead, Road to Hell, Bullet Face, Tales of an Ancient Empire, Interrogation of Cheryl Cooper, and Interstellar Civil War.
so
Okay, well, maybe they just need to update this.
it was either that or it was sooner than. But I do remember him making something called Cyborg Nemesis, because I was like, wow, those are his 2 more or less well-known movie properties.
I mean, you could, yeah, it's kind of like Max Hell, and
It would be
you may as well just merge continuities if they.
wise to, yeah. So,
I mean, why not?
but yeah, so we have a few more to watch probably, if we were to,
Oh, numerous.
yeah, we take on the mission of watching more of them. Then
I'll need to.
this.
I mean, I
counts.
hate to just have it be another thing that we're remiss on.
Toe dip. So counts as one of those where we just dipped our toe into the vast library of Albert Pyun movies. But yeah,
I've seen Cyborg 2 or 3, whichever may or may not have directed. I've seen Alien from LA.
yeah, that's one I forget too all the time. He
I've
directed
seen
it.
Ticker.
So, but yeah, we there's still a few to go. So
Oh, that Dahlman thing looks cool.
yeah, especially the later entries. I'm not familiar with any of his entries after Ticker. I think that's the newest movie he made that I've watched.
It'll be good watching.
So yeah,
We're remiss, though.
we are.
Remember, we got to go through some JCI things again. We only did 1 or 2 of those air bosses.
Yes. Yeah, I completely forgot about.
Well, things keep happening.
They do. Yeah. So. Oh, I know.
When you do in the person.
Speaking.
Oh, yeah, you can actually see that.
Speaking.
I don't
of
remember
things
if I.
happening. The
I don't
legs.
remember if I actually got them straightened up.
Yeah, we got
Tell,
legs.
but the one that's kind of sticking, kind of leaning out.
But yeah, that's actually pretty
We
awesome.
could finally get those.
So yeah,
Those were just sitting there for some months.
so our current favorite, Albert Pyun.
With your hair all up in curlers, I still love to lay you down.